Hello and welcome to Dragon Age 2 Nightmare Difficulty Boss Run. And this is the last part of the boss run, and I know that I only commented the first and last, kind of like Dragon Age, I think, Origins. So this is Meredith, and Meredith is really, it's not that hard. It's just hitting her. It's a nightmare, so she has a lot of resistance to everything. The less resistance I think is from spirit resistance and lightning, I think. So the trick here is to get her. She will spawn statues that are across the map, and you will have to fight statues. And this is a long fight because this is just a long fight, and this is the problem with Nightmare difficulty as it is created here in this game. Not so in Dragon Age Origins, but here the boss fights they usually drag out. They usually have a mechanic where the boss disappears and spawns the minions and comes back to the battle, and so on. See, like now, and so on and so forth. So this is mostly why the boss fight is 16 minutes long. I will be talking about the difficulty as in the whole game. This was far easier than Dragon Age Origins. The combat system is simplified. It's more action RPG. You can still pause the game and whatnot, but in give commands and whatever. But it's really an action RPG disguised as a kind of tactic RPG. There is no tactic camera in this game. There is going to be one in Inquisition because everybody complained that there wasn't one here. Although I don't know if I haven't seen like gameplays and previews of Inquisition, and yes, the hardest difficulty will be named Nightmare, like the rest of the games, the rest of the saga. And so I will be doing a walkthrough in Nightmare now. The walkthrough will come in I think in the PC version, because really recording for the PS4 is not comfortable at all. So I think I'm going to do this because I'm getting it. I pre-ordered it a long time ago for the PS4 because I wanted to test a few things. So I think this is going to happen like this. I'm going to upload the boss run, and at the same time, I mean, in a long time, when I'm done with the boss run, let's start from the beginning, right? The first time I will be playing it on hard, because normal is already easy, and I don't have to play it to know. I already know. So I will be playing it on hard for the first time, and I will be uploading the bosses on hard, and a few dragons, maybe, or no, I don't think all of them, just a few. When I'm done with the game and already know the new things that it has, the tactics, the core system, what spells are better than other spells, what works better than other things, I will jump into Nightmare and do the walkthrough. But the walkthrough will come in the PC version, most likely in the PC version, because it's just easier to record and easier to manage, to commentate and to edit and to whatever. So yeah, that's from Nightmare. So And I think I will also do a boss run on Nightmare. And when I'm done with the walkthrough and the boss run, I will consider. I mean, I have to. In no way I'm going to do a blind walkthrough of the game, because I first want to enjoy it myself and like test it myself. And so the walkthrough, I will be uploading the bosses as I come across the bosses, most likely on hard, and some fights that are, or also I will be uploading the dragons and some random fights that ended up being cool and whatever. A lot of videos of gameplay are coming to my channel, and after I'm done playing with hard, that I kinda know the game already, then I will be beginning the Nightmare run, and that will be the main missions mostly on Nightmare. I still don't know what characters I'm going to use in each one, so probably a mage in the Nightmare one, because I used a mage in the editions and in this one, so it kind of fits. But yeah, probably a mage. So, but let's talk a little about this game and let's leave Inquisition for the future. Now, the thing with this game that I dislike the most, it has to be the spawn system. When you're doing a fight, the enemy spawns from like everywhere. Like they set up traps and the enemy spawns all around you, or it spawns from nothingness. I mean, from the air. And that's when you do that in an RPG, you almost destroy the tactics of it, because yes, you can. I mean, the first time you're probably going to die if you're playing in a hard difficulty and you don't remember where the spawn is, because that happened to me and I played it like 3 or 4 times already. It ended up killing me a couple of times, because now Inquisition does it right, and Dragon Age Origins does it right too. The enemy placements have to be in the map already, because that's how you play with a rogue, for example. With a rogue you turn invisible and you want to like maybe hit harder, hit with a skill or a backstab on a certain enemy to just get it out of the way or whatever. And when the enemies are not in the map until you arrive there and they spawn, like if the game was I don't know, a Nintendo game or something like that, it's just incredibly awful design. It's not intuitive at all. You have to like improvise. At least in the first time they do it, because the second time they will spawn in the same way. This is not random. They will come from the same places. So the second time maybe you can improvise, but I mean develop a tactic, but really this doesn't feel like RPGs. It feels like an action game disguised as an RPG. This is what most people complain about, and of course the second biggest thing was the scenarios, the repetitive scenarios, the same textures, same layouts, same assets. I mean, my god, every time you enter a cave it's the same fucking cave. Every time you enter a basement or underground place it's the same fucking layout. Every time you enter I don't know, a house or whatever, it's the same house, it's the same layout. So no scenario variety at all. That's terrible. That's terrible. And the combat is already kind of boring. It's fast. It's fast and dull. I mean, it's made more for the action RPG player than for a real hardcore RPG gamer. It's not boring at all. I mean, it's not boring It's not boring. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's not really good, and coming from Origins, it's really not good. So now some spells, as you can see, have friendly fire, not the lightning one. The lightning one, for some strange reason that I still don't understand, it doesn't have friendly fire, but the fire tempest or fire storm, I don't know what it's called here, even though I use it like all the time. Those have friendly fire. And talking of friendly fire, I was seeing some gameplay of Dragon Age Inquisition, and they put the friendly fire aspect as a toggle. I mean, you can turn on friendly fire even if you are playing on an easy difficulty or casual, I think it's named. So that's interesting, because if you can use friendly fire on or off in any difficulty, I don't know if it's locked on Nightmare. I think it's not, because I saw Angry Show play on Nightmare difficulty, and it looked like the enemies had a lot of health and hit hard. But he left the friendly fire off, so I couldn't check if it was locked or not. If you can actually if you can actually hurt yourself, because he didn't have characters that created attacks that could hurt themselves. So, but it's an interesting thing to have it on or off, because I can turn it on hard. I can already learn what to do and what not to do on Nightmare, and that will translate in a faster walkthrough. So that's interesting, and it's interesting from a challenge point of view too, because even if you play on normal, you can turn that on, and you have to take care more of your positioning of the players, and the spells that you're going to use, and the attacks that you're going to use, and where everyone is. So that's interesting. I liked the toggle. I didn't like I actually didn't mind that they did it like, if you play it on Nightmare, the friendly fire is on and you can change it. It's like, I mean, in Nightmare it should be on, at least in my opinion, but I also see the way that you can turn that off and Nightmare becomes more of a breeze, because believe me, Nightmare is hard because of the enemies. Not so in this game, but in Origins, Nightmare is hard for the enemies, and because when you're trying to do crowd control, like throwing a walking bomb spell that makes an enemy explode, the explosion affects all the friendlies, all your party, and you can really, with one spell, you can kill all your party. So that element will make Nightmare a lot easier for the people who have it off. So I think it's a toggle that is thought for both. I mean, I'm always pro options, right? I mean, if you want to play like this, then you have the option to do it, and if you want to play it like this, you have the option to do it. If you always have options to increase the difficulty, and to play it like a hardcore game, or to play it like a casual for the people that don't intend to waste like 100 hours on a game trying to, or maybe like dying constantly and getting frustrated, which I don't mind, but you know, as long as it's the option. I mean, if they would have made the Nightmare difficulty not have the friendly fire at all, and not even have the option to put it on, then I will be doing a rant right now. But they didn't, so That's cool. That's a cool option. And the difficulty, I don't know how it's going to be. It looked hard, and it was the intro. And it was only the intro. And it looked hard. It looked like the enemies had a way more HP that they should have. So, this was Meredith, guys. This is going to be the last video of this boss run. I will be uploading maybe random videos from here to Dragon Age Inquisition, because there is a lap the 2 weeks from now, from when I'm recording this commentary till the game comes out. So, and on top of that, I will have to play it, and so there will be like a good 3 or 4 weeks before I start uploading videos. But it's just the way it is. I mean, I'm not gonna do a blind playthrough or something like that just to get it before everybody else, because I really don't care about that. I just care about having fun and recording good gameplay, nothing else.